What's up guys, Jimmy, coming to you guys with another video. Before I get into the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And when you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification button as well. So this video is going to be all about vintage thrifting hauls. If you guys are new to the channel, I used to do hauls all the time, whether it was like Karmaloop hauls, Thunder hauls. I used to just do a haul like every single week. And if you're old to the channel, I hope you guys enjoy this content. It's probably been about 4 to 6 years since I've done like a clothing haul. Priorities changed, but I think in college, maybe my senior year, I got really into vintage shopping. There was a couple vintage shops around the college campus that I went to school at. I regularly go to Goodwill. Texas Thrift is a pretty big chain down in Texas. If you guys have a Goodwill Outlet where you guys are staying at, that's definitely the place to go. If you guys can go to anywhere where they do it by the pound rather than sell it piece by piece, that's where you're gonna find your biggest comp, at least in price margins. So getting right into the meat of the video, I got these pieces over the course of the last 2 weeks. The first group of items that I'm gonna show you guys, these are all for my girlfriend. Unfortunately, when I went that day, there was nothing that fit me, but I found a couple pretty dope pieces that fit her pretty well. Going right into it, I found basically kind of like this handkerchief. You know, it's like pretty trendy for girls. I think guys even do it now, where you kind of like wrap your head like ASAP Rocky does, kind of like that. I don't know if I could rock it, but I mean, I got this for my girl. She's been looking for something like this for quite some time, so I got this at the Goodwill Outlet for probably 10 to 15 cents. So definitely cool come up. It has like kind of like, I don't know how to describe the pattern, but if I were to describe it to you guys, what it reminds me of, maybe like some vintage Burberry. But yeah, here's the first piece. Got this for 10 cents at the Goodwill Outlet. The second item I got is this Air Jordan hoodie. It's super small, you guys, as you guys can see. It's probably a kid's small, I think. Yeah, it's a kid's small, 8 to 10. I don't know if this is necessarily a vintage piece. I just saw it and I thought it was pretty cool. I don't even know if my girlfriend can fit this because this is just really tiny. Maybe she can make it into like some crop top or something like that. I do like the fact that the hoodie doesn't have any like strings to it. I always thought that was a cleaner look when hoodies did something like that. I personally myself, whenever a hoodie has strings to it, I would pull it out. I don't know, I just feel like it has a much cleaner look. The front is just Air Jordan. It has like kind of like this washed black look, which is kind of the reason why I picked it up. Definitely has that vintage look to it. I also got this at the Goodwill Outlet, so it was per pound, and I'll say this was probably like $1.50, so definitely a come up. Next thing I have is this kid's Harley tee. It is produced in, I think, like 2015, so it's not one of your like cooler vintage Harley tees with like the wash black and everything. But I mean, also got this at the Goodwill Outlet, so I think this was probably like $1 or something like that. This one is from Chandler, Arizona, so it's like Chandler Harley Davidson on the back. On the front, it has an eagle. Not much to really say about this shirt. I mean, I just kind of picked it up because I saw the Harley tag. I got this tee when they were first rolling out the bins, and like I said, people are pretty aggressive when it comes to the bins. Like, I don't know exactly what they're searching for, but you know, if you're into vintage stuff, like, you know certain things to look out for. So when I saw this tag, I was pretty aggressive and just snagged it up right away. Of course, like being mindful of other people's spaces, but I knew what I wanted. I just went straight to that. So got this for probably like $1.50, $1. Next item I have is this vintage white Adidas tank top. The reason why I know it's vintage is, you know, you can just tell from the tag, you know what I mean? It says made in USA for the most part. If you guys are going thrifting or, you know, trying to find some vintage clothes, if your tag says made in USA for Nike, Adidas, really for any graphic tee, for the most part, it's probably going to be from like the 90s and under, maybe early 2000s, I think, as well. Got this at the Goodwill Outlet as well. I think all the pieces that I'm about to show you guys are from the Goodwill Outlet, and I remember total price for everything was like $5.30, so definitely a come up. Next item is this forest green crew neck that says the University of Texas at Dallas. It would have been cool if this was like at Austin, because that's where me and my girlfriend went to school and where we met. Nonetheless, I saw this and just thought it was a pretty dope hoodie, or I guess crew neck. Quality is pretty nice. I don't think it's super vintage. I mean, for $1, I couldn't really complain. You know, I have no affiliation with the school. I'm not from Dallas, but you know, figure it'd be a pretty cool little come up. And the last item that I have from this specific pile of clothes is this Odd Future crew neck with the donut. I regret getting this just because I think this is something that only Buffalo Exchange would take. Like, I don't even think you could go to like a vintage shop and try to trade this up for something you actually like. It's just one of those newer pieces that was probably bought at Zoomies or as like tour merch. Nonetheless, I mean, for an Odd Future crew neck, $1.50, can't really complain. And next up, I have this big bag of clothes from Goodwill. Like I said, all of those were from the Goodwill Outlet. This is a mixture of like the regular Goodwill store and a couple pieces from the Goodwill Outlet as well. Everything in this bag came out to be like $21 or so. I think I spent 18 bucks at regular Goodwill and $3 at the Goodwill Outlet. So I'll go through it right now. And just in no order, like I'll tell you guys if I got it from the regular store or the outlet. But the first item that we have is this Reebok windbreaker. It's just funny, right? When you go to Goodwill, like you either find things that are just way too big or way too small, but it's pretty cool. It's like this like Pittsburgh Steelers color or Pittsburgh Penguins, whichever team you want to rep. Old school Reebok windbreaker, yellow accents, like white piping along the sleeve. Got this for $5.29, size large at Goodwill, the regular Goodwill store. It does have a older vintage Reebok tag, so definitely a good sign. My plan with this is probably to just trade it up, like go to a vintage store and like maybe trade it up for a $30 tee that they have. You know, I got this for $5, so it's still come up nonetheless. The next item I have is, you know, so I'll go through all the heavy jackets, is this like emerald green vintage Columbia rain jacket. So it is a size medium. The only thing that kind of sucks is like pretty short. I'm about like 5'6", 5'7". So this medium fits okay, but it does fit a little big. Smells old for sure, but the quality is still there. This is something I'll probably just keep for myself. Yeah, so this was also $5.29. I thought this was a pretty cool come up for $5. You can't complain. And I've actually been wanting a rain jacket, whether it's like North Face or Columbia, for quite some time. This was definitely the move. And the next item I got is from the Goodwill Outlet. This is a old school vintage ice cream. I think it's Nestle. It's like this white crew neck where the front it says Safety Cruise Club Nestle, you know, and I don't know exactly where this is even from. Like, I don't know if this is like a promo for an ice cream that they dropped or if they were giving this crew neck away to like members of like the cruise ship. Everything that I got at the Goodwill Outlet was a total of like $3.40. So this probably came out to be like $1.50. And to be honest, for a vintage white crew neck, like finding it at a bin, this is in really, really good condition. I don't know if this is something that I'll trade up or sell. I might just keep it just because it does fit me. It's an extra large, but I mean, you guys know like vintage clothes, an extra large might mean a medium. And I think, but yeah, probably my favorite come up from yesterday. The next thing we got is not really a vintage tee, but it's something you find like at your souvenir store whenever you go to Mexico, Cancun, or you know, any one of your souvenir stores anywhere really. It's this black tee from Cozumel, Mexico, and it has some dolphins and a sun stitched on there. This is like a size XL, so I won't be wearing it, or it's a size large, so I won't be wearing it, but I got this for my girlfriend. Total is probably like $1.50, $1.25. So I figure she could wear this around the house, maybe make something with it. Thought the stitching was pretty dope. The shirt itself is pretty new, so I figure why not pick it up. And the last piece of clothing that I got is this Nike hoodie. I wish it was a center swoosh. Unfortunately, it's not, and I actually don't even think it's like that vintage. It's definitely an older Nike tag, but I got this for $4.49. I got this at the actual Goodwill store, so a little bit pricier than, you know, what you could find at the Goodwill Outlet. So it's just like this washed black Nike hoodie. This is my size, a size medium, so I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna wash it. And I saw a couple videos of people where they buy like this like shaver on Amazon, and it helps shave off like the older, I guess, top layer of the hoodie. You know, this is probably my second I guess favorite come up over the past 2 weeks. It's super simple, but I mean, for a black Nike hoodie with a white swoosh, I could practically wear with all my shoes, a bunch of outfits, dress it up, dress it down. So for $4, not too bad. And the last item that I have for you guys is a snapback. Yesterday when I went to the Goodwill Outlet, when you find something good in one bin, you typically find a bunch of good shit in that one specific bin. I don't know why no one picked this up, but it's this vintage Texas Rangers snapback. The reason why I know it's vintage is The brand is Sports Specialties. I mean, I think they might have done some reproduction of their hats. Just looking at the build of the hat and just how dusty it was when I picked it up, I figured it was a vintage one. I mean, this probably came up to be like maybe 75 cents to $1. I highly doubt it was over. It still has the cardboard piece inside. I don't know if that's like the original one it came with. The white part of the cap where I guess like the headband is a little brown, and I'm assuming that's from sweat. And if you guys know me, I'm from Houston, so I rep the Astros, and I'm not for the Rangers, but I mean, when you find a come up at Goodwill, like, you pick it up regardless of the team. This was the last thing I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this little haul. You know, if you guys are interested in anything in the video, let me know. And then, you know, like I said, I told you guys the price, so I'll be super fair with you guys and give you guys a pretty good deal. I'll try to drop more of these vintage videos just because I do like doing hauls and showing you guys what I pick up. I think people enjoy like the idea of like being able to find something for 50 cents to $1, $4, and then being able to sell it for like 20 bucks, 30 bucks. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna pretty much wrap up the videos. I'll hit up the vintage this Thursday, or I'll hit up the thrift this Thursday or Friday. Hopefully I find some good stuff. You know, maybe I'll do this every 2 weeks so I can stockpile and then show you guys a good amount of clothes. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, peace.